One of the major pieces of evidence is my brass medallion.
It was a new Mars.
I found that the Maya put our city at different places.
Thousands of mind-boggling secrets and artifacts belonging to ancient civilizations have been discovered by archaeologists and explorers over the years, yet each find raises more questions than it answers.
Out of these depths, and the purpose of the marks was to trap them.
These bewildering discoveries have been keeping scientists and scholars up at night.
In a culture that was so good at documenting, recording not only text but pictures,
Some of them believe that our understanding and knowledge of history have been completely transformed by these strange yet significant finds. From unusual human species to creepy witch marks,
one of the greatest wonders of the world.
These discoveries have the potential to transform our perspective of history. So hold on tight as we show you the 20 most unsettling discoveries of recent times. Number 20. Hunting pits below Stonehenge. Stonehenge, located in Wiltshire, England, is a renowned monument that has captivated people all over the world. Its significance has been a source of speculation for years, as it consists of a circle of gigantic standing stones, some of which rise up to 30 feet in height and weigh several tons. It was formerly thought to have astronomical and religious significance, as evidenced by its alignment with solstices and equinoxes, implying links to ancient celestial observations. It was even imagined that it may be used as a calendar to chart the changing seasons. However, the true purpose of Stonehenge is still unknown. Recent archaeological finds have revealed a new layer of mystery beneath the surface of this ancient location. Thousands of hunting holes have been discovered around Stonehenge, which is thought to have been used by hunter-gatherers around 10,000 years ago, a stunning 5,000 years before Stonehenge itself was built. Among these pits, one jumps out, a massive excavation 13 feet wide and 6.5 feet deep, the largest of its sort in northwest Europe. This discovery reveals that people had already built communities in the area during the early Mesolithic period, as Britain steadily repopulated after the last ice age. These pits have been there for millennia, providing insights into the shifting activities of people as they transitioned from early hunter-gatherer groups to later farming communities. The presence of these hunting pits connects the distant past to the enigmatic Stonehenge, enriching our understanding of the region's history and the evolution of human societies. Number 19. The Chinese may have discovered America. A recent discovery has sparked speculation that the Chinese may have been among the first explorers of the Americas. This discovery is based on a collection of 82 old stones found around the southern United States. What distinguishes these stones from the neighboring Native American cultures is their uniqueness. These mysterious stones hold messages written in Chinese oracle bone script, one of the oldest forms of Chinese writing. Oracle bone script, which dates back to the Shang dynasty, is significant in the history of Chinese calligraphy. Its primary function was divination, with questions engraved onto turtle shells or animal bones, heated until they cracked, and the resulting patterns regarded as answers. The decoding of the words on these stones suggests a narrative about a journey, strongly hinting at an excursion into a new region. If confirmed, this discovery could change history, implying that the Chinese set out for North America over 3,000 years ago. The consequences of such a revelation are enormous. It calls into question long-held historical narratives about early transoceanic exploration and the colonization of the Americas. The likelihood of pre-Columbian Chinese missions reaching North America adds to our understanding of pre-Columbian civilizations and their interconnectedness. It encourages us to think about the breadth of ancient nautical capabilities and the possible flow of knowledge and civilizations across great distances. Number 18. Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone started out as an ordinary bit of stone and has since become one of the most important discoveries in recent centuries. This amazing item, discovered in Egypt in 1799, is crucial in unraveling the secrets of the past. The Rosetta Stone is notable for its inscriptions in 3 different scripts: Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphics. This trinity of characters engraved onto the stone's surface, proved to be the key to deciphering the perplexing hieroglyphics that had long perplexed experts. The Rosetta Stone became the pivotal point in our understanding of ancient Egypt's symbolic script. It was critical in bridging the gap between the past and the present, allowing us to delve further into the fascinating civilization's history and culture. Scholars successfully decoded hieroglyphics using the stone's Greek part, unlocking the door to learning Egypt's ancient mysteries. This solitary artifact was a watershed moment in the quest for human understanding. It not only allowed us to deep dive into the world of hieroglyphics, but it also supplied priceless insights into the culture that has captivated our modern imaginations. Number 17. Water on Mars. Our society has increasingly acclimatized to the thought that Mars and possibly other planets may have housed life in the past. However, a completely new aspect of Mars's history has lately come to light. Contrary to the planet's current arid and desolate appearance, NASA researchers have discovered strong evidence on its surface that reveals a dramatic chapter in its past: the presence of a massive ocean that previously covered a significant chunk of its northern hemisphere. This discovery is groundbreaking because the presence of such an ocean suggests that ancient Mars may have been a much more favorable environment than previously thought. With such a large ocean, the planet might have been both warm and wet, circumstances that are universally acknowledged as very favorable to the development and evolution of life. The consequences of this discovery are enormous, since it not only expands our understanding of Mars' climatic past, but also supports the conjecture that life once flourished on this red planet. The presence of liquid water, a necessary component for life as we know it, suggests that Mars may have hosted life forms in the distant past, or at the very least, presented a suitable environment for life. Number 16. Terracotta Warriors. The Terracotta Warriors are an archaeological treasure, probably one of the millennia's most significant discoveries. These life-sized soldiers were methodically created over 2 millennia to act as protectors of the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor. Their discovery in 1974 by coincidence while excavating a well adds to the already incredible character of this treasure. Each of these terracotta soldiers is a one-of-a-kind portrayal of a real-life warrior from the time period, displaying the precision and creativity of ancient Chinese sculpture. Along with the troops, the burial place had clay horses and chariots, all intended to accompany the emperor into the afterlife. The terracotta army not only provides a peek into ancient China's sculptural perfection, but it also provides vital information into ancient Chinese military tactics, dress, and even the personal attributes of these men. The Terracotta Army was named a United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization World Heritage Site in recognition of its tremendous historical and cultural value. While the Terracotta Warriors are a popular tourist attraction, there's more to the story. Because of worries about conserving its contents and the necessity to develop modern excavation techniques that can do honor to this historic wonder, the tomb of the first emperor remains sealed. Unlike in the past, modern archaeologists value preservation over persistent tomb exploration. Number 15. Strange artifacts found in lake. Lake Titicaca, South America's largest lake, located on the border of Peru and Bolivia, has revealed a treasure trove of perplexing artifacts that have piqued the interest of marine archaeologists. With its deep and gloomy depths, this ancient lake has revealed extraordinary finds. Divers discovered a wonderfully well-preserved ceremonial site deep within its abyss. The KOA Reef, as it was known, provided a look into a bygone period. Divers discovered ceremonial objects submerged around 16 feet underwater, each bursting with historical significance. Among these artifacts were the remnants of sacrifice animals, most notably llamas, as well as elaborately wrought gold ornaments dating from the 8th to 10th centuries. These artifacts date from several centuries before the Spanish conquest, when the pre-Inca Tiwanaku people occupied the region with a population of approximately 1 million people. Offerings of precious objects, such as gold decorations and sacrificial animals, imply a possible link to religious events or other ancient traditions. These rites are thought to have played a significant role in the Tiwanaku civilization's progress and prosperity. both symbolically and practically. Among these relics, one particularly remarkable find distinguishes out for its advanced craftsmanship. This item appears to have been made with technology not generally associated with the age it belongs to. This oddity adds a new dimension of mystery to the discovery, raising doubts about the Tiwanaku people's technological capabilities. These relics from Lake Titicaca continue to enchant and challenge our knowledge of ancient South American civilizations, traditions, and complexity. Number 14. Signs in Crewell Crags. Fears of the supernatural have tormented humanity for generations, from ghosts and vampires to witches. This grip of paranoia lasted across Europe from the 1400s to the late 1700s, culminating in the terrible demise of an estimated 40,000 to 60,000 people suspected of practicing witchcraft. Mysterious witch signs can be seen in the crevices of Crewell Crags, a limestone gorge in the United Kingdom. These etchings demonstrate that the human impulse to defend oneself from unseen harmful powers stretches back to the Ice Age. Hundreds of these mysterious symbols adorn the Crewell Crags, which at first look could be mistaken for modern graffiti. These witch marks serve as a tangible reminder of a time when superstition and terror ruled the human psyche. In order to ward off evil or wicked supernatural creatures, our forefathers carved these protective symbols in crags, caves, and other secret places. This archaeological discovery sheds light on humanity's ongoing attempt to protect itself from perceived threats from the magical and unknown. Number 13. Pumapunku. Pumapunku, a place tucked within a huge temple near Tiahuanaco in Bolivia, remains a mystery in the annals of ancient history. Its origins can be traced back to roughly 536 AD, and it plays an important role in the fabric of Inca customs. Tiahuanaco, long regarded as the cradle of the planet, adds to the mystery surrounding Pumapunku's existence. This ancient edifice, which spans a large chunk of Tiahuanaco, has architectural accuracy that astounds visitors. Archaeologists are still baffled by the neatly cut doorways and stone slabs with minimal chisel marks. They fit together with astonishing perfection, a monument to the builder's excellent skill. The method by which these massive stone blocks were carried and positioned is still a source of contention. While no definitive conclusions have been reached, one widely held belief links this achievement to the combined efforts of the ancient Tiahuanaco labor force. The stones were quarried and transported by the collective strength of the workforce, according to this belief. Another theory proposes using llama skin ropes and ramps to move the large blocks into place. Skeptics say that given the massive weight of some stones, about 131 metric tons, this method would have been insufficient, making it a difficult proposition even with the available resources at the time. Pumapunku's riddles continue to fascinate historians who investigate possibilities of advanced prehistoric civilizations and, in some more speculative areas, the potential of extraterrestrial intervention. Number 12. Sunken City of Dwarka. The sunken city of Dwarka is an underwater archaeological marvel located in the Arabian Sea off the western coast of India. This submerged site is thought to represent the legendary Dwarka city recorded in ancient Indian scriptures such as the Mahabharata and the Puranas. The intriguing prospect that it predates some of the world's most ancient civilizations is what makes this discovery so deeply significant. Dwarka was the capital of Krishna's dominion, according to Hindu legend. While these stories were previously dismissed as tales rather than historical truth, underwater excavations in the Gulf of Kambat have revealed the ruins of a city dating back thousands of years. The exact age of the site has caused heated disputes among academics. Some researchers believe the city could be as old as 9,000 years, placing it among the world's oldest known urban settlements. If this dating is correct, it has the potential to change our understanding of early human civilization and the birth of cities. The sunken city of Dwarka is a powerful reminder that history is an ever-changing narrative, and that old tales may have their roots in real physical findings beneath the sea. This extraordinary site is a challenge to prevailing paradigms as well as a treasure trove of knowledge, inviting us to reconsider the origins and development of human communities. Number 11. Women Viking. women were treated with great respect and freedom in Viking societies. Tales of famous female warriors abound in Scandinavian tradition, and Middle Ages poetry weaves these stories into a beautiful tapestry of history. Despite being frequently questioned in official historical narratives, the recent discovery of treasure troves of weapons and equipment buried with female skeletons has left no doubt about the combat roles that women played. The Burka warrior grave in Sweden, which goes back to the 10th century, is one such notable find. This burial site provided the first tangible archaeological evidence of women having high-ranking positions in Viking culture. DNA analysis was used to confirm the gender of the warrior within this grave through a thorough investigation done by experts at Stockholm and Uppsala universities. The results unambiguously identified her as a lady over the age of 30, standing at about 5 feet 6 inches tall. This was a milestone moment, according to Professor Matthias Jacobsen, because it was the first formal and genetic verification of a female Viking fighter. The story of female Viking warriors, however, does not end there. Another fearless fighter's skeletal bones were discovered in a graveyard in Solar, Norway, and are currently on exhibit at Oslo's Museum of Cultural History. The discovery of a slew of lethal weapons near her supports the theory that women had active and combative roles in Viking society. Number 10. Copper Scroll. The Copper Scroll, discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1952, is a one-of-a-kind artifact within a collection of Jewish holy literature originating from the Second Temple period. This scroll has sparked interest since it is said to be a catalog of hidden valuables stored away before the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE. Gold, silver, and other expensive objects are among the hidden treasures, with some suggesting that the fabled Ark of the Covenant could be among them. This interesting scroll has sparked a slew of missions and treasure hunts in search of the wealth it alludes to. The Copper Scroll, on the other hand, is reluctant to reveal its secrets. To understand its content, we must first understand its obscure language and historical context. The language on the scroll is a variant of Hebrew, which we understand, but the script and style are unusual, making translation and interpretation difficult, even with our present linguistic expertise. The Copper Scroll and its cryptic contents remind us that history is not a simple, linear passage from point A to point B. Our historical story is complicated and riddled with mysteries and uncertainties that only add to our fascination with the past. Number 9. Aceri. The image depicts the extraordinarily well-preserved excavation site of Aceri on Thera, a location that has sparked debate about its possible connection to the legendary Atlantis. The Aegean city of Aceri was enveloped by a thick layer of volcanic ash after a cataclysmic eruption in 1620 BC, similar to the awful destiny that befell the inhabitants of Pompeii. Although this devastating event occurred in antiquity, it was lost to history until its rediscovery in the 1960s. The remarkable state of preservation of Aceri has revealed a veritable treasure trove of ancient riches. The city offers a glimpse into an era of wealth within its well-preserved walls, showing magnificent paintings that realistically depict life during the Bronze Age. These artworks provide an invaluable window into the past, shedding light on hitherto unknown aspects of the Mediterranean sea trade and Minoan creativity. The excavation of Aceri has not only improved our understanding of this vanished city, but it has also helped us grasp the broader historical context of the Mediterranean region. Number 8. Nasca Lines. The Nasca Lines in Peru are one of the world's most enthralling archaeological riddles. For decades, scholars, historians, and visitors have been fascinated and mystified by the huge geoglyphs etched into the barren Nazca Desert. These massive and detailed drawings, created by the Nazca people between 500 BC and 500 AD, cover a large area, particularly in the Pampa San Jose region. The Nasca Lines are a collection of geometric designs, animals, and human figures, some of which are up to 1,200 feet long. While the purpose of these lines is yet unknown, speculations abound. The Nazca people are thought to have produced these geoglyphs for religious or ceremonial purposes, possibly to communicate with their deities or to mark celestial events. The unique feature of the Nasca Lines is that they are best viewed from above. This has sparked a multitude of questions about how the ancient Nazca civilization, devoid of modern aerial technology, managed to design such intricate patterns on such a grand scale. Some researchers suggest that the Nazca people may have had simple tools and a keen understanding of surveying and alignment with celestial bodies. Number 7. Denisovans. The Denisovans, an ancient human species that flourished tens of thousands of years ago, are considered one of our closest ancestors, along with the Neanderthals. Our knowledge of this enigmatic group is primarily based on DNA taken from a finger bone and a handful of teeth unearthed from Siberia's Denisova cave. What distinguishes and captivates the Denisovans is the scarcity of tangible evidence we have to date. Unlike Neanderthals, whose skeletal remains have been discovered all over the world, Denisovans are only known through remnants of their genetic DNA. Because of the scarcity of physical remains, many questions about their physical traits, actions, and intelligence remain unsolved. Despite the scarcity of knowledge, the Denisovan heritage lives on in the DNA of modern humans. Several groups outside of Africa have Denisovan DNA, demonstrating the interbreeding that occurred between our ancestors and this enigmatic ancient human branch. An Oxford study team uncovered one of the most astonishing discoveries: the 90,000-year-old remains of a person with a unique hybrid lineage, born to a Neanderthal mother and a Denisovan father. This individual, commonly known as Denny, is a first-generation member of mixed ancestry, making her one of the most unusual discoveries in paleoanthropology. Denny's beginnings offer a rare glimpse into the past, where Neanderthals and Denisovans interbred, potentially revealing a treasure trove of knowledge about the behaviors, adaptations, and genetic contributions of these early human relatives. Number 6. Antikythera Mechanism. The Antikythera Mechanism, also known as the world's first analog computer, is a spectacular archaeological find that has expanded our understanding of ancient technology and astronomy. This complicated mechanical apparatus, discovered in the 1900s and among shipwreck antiquities off the shore of the Greek island of Antikythera, has enthralled scholars and historians ever since. The Antikythera Mechanism, which dates back to circa 100 BC, is a complicated assembly of gears, cogs, and inscriptions on bronze plates that served as an instrument for recording celestial events. It was an ancient engineering masterpiece, with precision and ingenuity previously unheard of for its period. The apparatus could forecast solar and lunar eclipses, planet placements, and the dates of numerous important cosmic occurrences. It was most likely utilized for both calendrical and astrological reasons, possibly aiding navigation and providing insights into the cosmos. Now let's check out today's subscriber pick. Back in 2004, a team of sewage workers was sent to repair a burst pipe, but it turned out to be their lucky day because they ended up making a groundbreaking discovery in the process. Those workers actually found a hidden staircase that may change the history books. Luckily, they had brought along an archaeologist to supervise. While digging underneath the pipe, they came across some strange ancient findings. Excavations at the site then continued for years until the archaeological teams finally unearthed part of the famous Pool of Shiloh, a giant ritual bath used by tens of thousands of Jewish pilgrims who came to Jerusalem on the 3 festivals of Passover, Sukkot, and Shavuot. Later on, they also uncovered the ancient road that led from the city of David to the Pool of Shiloh and from the pool to the temple. According to Uzi Leibner, a professor of archaeology at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, paved street dates to the late Second Temple period, 1st century CE, and shows that the area continued to be important even after the city expanded significantly to what is today the Old City of Jerusalem, Mount Zion, and further north. Who would have guessed that a burst pipe could lead to a historic discovery? Has something like this ever happened in your town or city? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Sarcophagus beneath Notre Dame de Paris, often known as Our Lady of Paris, is one of the world's most famous cathedrals. While it has undergone numerous changes over the years, The most major change occurred on April 15, 2019, when a horrific fire devoured its roof and burned for a terrifying 15 hours. The renovation of this historic church began immediately and is scheduled to be completed in 2024. This continuous restoration work resulted in the discovery of two strange sarcophagi hidden beneath the cathedral's nave. After months of meticulous research, information about the people buried under Notre Dame has emerged. The first sarcophagus is thought to house the ashes of a high priest named Antoine Delaporte. Clues to his identity were discovered on the deteriorating coffin, with only his bones, head, hair, beard, and clothing fragments surviving. Despite his likely sedentary lifestyle, gout symptoms reflect a history of food and alcohol consumption. The remains of an unnamed man thought to be between 25 and 40 years old, and potentially from a different era than the high priest, are kept in the second casket. He is lovingly known as La Cavalier, since he may have been a horseback rider. Both were placed in lead coffins, a tradition reserved for the aristocracy. But the considerable variances in the two coffins indicate they did not live in the same era. While we have come close to identifying these guys based on their bones, there is still much to learn about their lives and the consequences their histories may entail. Number 4. Sylon Followers. A terrible and unsettling sight greets passers-by outside Athens. Dozens of skeletons lie in an ancient mass grave. But it's not their blank stares that make this discovery disconcerting. It's the fact that several of these skeletons are wearing iron shackles. This solemn collection of bones, numbering 80 in all, serves as a heartbreaking memorial to a bygone era. 36 of them are chained by iron shackles, an unsettling and evocative metaphor for their situation. Archaeologists have discovered solid evidence that these skeletons come from a dark time between 650 to 625 BC. They have cobbled together a historical narrative that provides a possible explanation for these bodies through rigorous investigation and analysis. Historical sources reveal information on an ancient coup that occurred in 632 BC, an event that could shed light on the enigma of the skeletal assemblage. This revolution was plotted by Olympic champion Sylon, who attempted to gain control of Athens but failed. Archaeologists, however, have little proof to support the speculation that these skeletal remains belong to those of Sylon's dedicated followers, who lost their lives as a consequence of their devotion to his ill-fated cause. Number 3. Costa Rican spheres. Since they initially appeared throughout the landscapes of Costa Rica, the enigmatic spheres seen here have become a popular source of intrigue. These amazing orbs, which vary in size and placement, can be discovered basking in the tropical sun, partially submerged beneath crystal-clear waters, or, as shown above, nearly hidden behind layers of soil. Their presence has inspired curiosity and speculation, leading to the discovery of an extraordinary historical narrative. It is now known that these spheres originally graced specific cities and buildings, with their location being intimately related to the social position and prominence of the people in issue. The exquisite craftsmanship that went into crafting these near-perfect stone spheres was a time-consuming and labor-intensive procedure, making them a sign of grandeur reserved for persons of considerable social standing. These spheres' significance goes beyond mere aesthetics. They serve as concrete testaments to their makers' advanced artistry and workmanship, demonstrating a culture that valued these intricate stone sculptures. The precision with which these stones were crafted attests to the skill and dedication of the craftspeople who created them. With their beautiful shapes and timeless attractions, the spheres provide a window into the cultural and social processes of ancient Costa Rica. They remind us that ancient societies had a strongly embedded sense of hierarchy and were capable of not only manufacturing spectacular stone items, but also assigning them to individuals depending on their socioeconomic value. Number 2. Vampire burials. The true narrative of Eastern European vampires is a spine-chilling tale, arguably even more disturbing than Dracula's fabricated versions. A strange burial tradition arose in Poland between the 1600s and 1700s. Some people were buried with sickles around their necks or rocks stuck under their chins. These unusual precautions were taken to prevent the deceased from resurrecting as vampires. A local belief maintained that these revenants would return to feed on the blood of their friends and family. A key breakthrough in 2014 revealed new insight into these vampire burials unearthed at Drosko Cemetery in Poland. Researchers discovered that the people buried in this manner had not died in violent or traumatic ways. Instead, they were most likely victims of a catastrophic cholera pandemic that took their lives quickly. This research revealed a stark reality that calls into question the mystical myths around vampires. It is generally considered that the peculiar funeral practices were motivated by fear and despair at a period of little medical understanding and the fast spread of contagious diseases such as cholera. These strange traditions were used by these tribes to protect the living from the believed threat of the deceased returning as vampires. Number 1. New Mayan City. The interesting square-shaped platform illustrated here could be the key to revealing the secrets of a previously unknown Mayan city. A game-changing discovery credited to the resourcefulness of a 15-year-old Canadian called William Gaduri. Based on an innovative perspective of Mayan culture, his idea proposes that these ancient people carefully located their cities by aligning them with celestial constellations. This new perspective on Mayan city location led him to believe that there is yet another secret metropolis waiting to be discovered in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. While unorthodox, Gaduri's hypothesis is based on an intriguing assumption. His theory is that the Mayans, who were experts in astronomy and mathematics, would have picked city sites that aligned with constellations, imbuing them with cosmic importance. Using this approach, he discovered a possible location for a previously unknown Mayan metropolis. In terms of the visual, this enigmatic metropolis has yet to be visited in person. Tantalizing sights from space, on the other hand, have piqued the interest and excitement of archaeologists and scholars. The image's cryptic and intriguing elements, such as the square platform, allude to the prospect of huge archaeological discoveries beneath the dense foliage of the Yucatan Peninsula. An expedition to this unknown place is now on the horizon, prompted by these satellite studies and motivated by the promise of revealing a new chapter in Mayan history. The appeal of an unexplored Mayan city is irresistible, and it carries the promise of deepening our understanding of this ancient civilization's complexities. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.